Based.
Thank you so much for joining us on our Juneteenth celebration and also the sneak preview for the Black Girl Magic Stories. My name is Nia. I am one of the participants, but also I'll be one of your hosts for the evening. So we're so excited to have you on what is a very historic Juneteenth. You know, this is a really exciting time for us. And so what better way to celebrate than telling some of our stories? So thank you so much for coming. And simply put, if you aren't aware of what Juneteenth is for us, our Black people, the diaspora. It is basically our Independence Day. So we would like to thank the sponsors, the Sandy Spring Museum, MMCTV, the Moco Pride Center, One Source Event Group, and Pad Productions.
The show creator and the creator of this event need to pay homage to the Black women, not only through giving them a platform, but also by, lifting them up through all of our vendors tonight, with the exception of the show creator. All are Black women. So thank you to Provisions Cafe for catering. Thank you to Gourmet Delights by Diane. Thank you to Camilla Jem, who is, I believe, our song creator. So when you hear the song that goes with the sneak preview, that is Camilla Jem. Thank you to Nia Downie and Asia Haney. Thank you to our DJ, Frankie J. And of course, special thank you to all the amazing show participants. Can any of you stand if you're all here, our show participants? Come on, everybody stand up. If you're in the show, everybody stand up. This is your moment. All right.
All right, and last but never least, we want to thank all of the amazing Black women in this room. Clap up for yourselves, yes. You are amazing, and we thank you. We thank you. And for showing up and showing out every time you step into the room and you make yourselves known, you speak up, you speak out, and just thank you for showing up for each other. We thank you.
All right, let's get the show started with Camilla Jem.
How's everybody doing? Good, good. Everybody looks absolutely beautiful and fabulous. Thank you all for coming out. I'm going to do a couple songs right now, then I'll be back later to do the song Magic that corresponds with the documentary that Phillip, graciously asked me to be a part of. So the first songs I'm going to do, one is called Moving and the other one is called New Energy. Got the light, even when you don't see me. When you do it right, make it seem easy. Got a wave, got a cruise. Got green, got jewels. Let go, let loose, feeling free, bearing fruit. Desire to make time, make it align. Do what I like, different your shine. He left some gems, love is alive, different his mind. Call him divine, that God is inside. I am in stride, I am not mad, I'm energized. I'm moving, stay above that. I'm moving, yeah, I love that. I'm moving, stay above that. I'm moving, they can touch that. Got a feeling to let my heart lead. Got a feeling, feel like my soul's free. Got a rhythm, something like yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got the light, even when you don't see me. When you do it right, make it seem easy. Got a wave, got a cruise. Got green, got jewels. Let go let loose, feeling free, bearing fruit. Absolute abundance, pure coconut water, Green Day living, tribe goes farther, some adventurous evolvers. Love and learn, no losses, now is with this promise. Home where heart is honest, still outside the boundaries. Mover firmly grounded, element can't cloud it. Excuse me, I just smooth placement, then transfer some good vibrations about you. Woo! Goodness gracious, claimed ours. We got it. Power. Hey, I'm moving. Stay above that. I'm moving. Yeah, I love that. I'm moving. Stay above that. I'm moving. They can't touch that. Got a feeling to let my heart lead. Got a feeling, feel like my soul's free. Got a rhythm, something like yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was moving. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. And this is Julie Outrage on the guitar. Julie O. Give it up, give it up. Yes, yes. Yes. Rocking out Black Girl Magic style. Yes. So we're gonna do one more and then we're gonna, take a break and we'll be back a little later. So this one is New Energy. New energy, chillin' me. New energy, till infinity. New energy, got the remedy. New energy. New energy, chillin' me. New energy, till infinity. New energy, what a relief. New energy. Peace to what is through, peace to something new. Resilience in my roots, healing in my hue. See it by the glow, candles in my room. Sometimes it moves slow so you don't lose you. Assignment to do, enrolled in a couple classes. Staying hydrated, pouring water in the glasses. Thinking more clearly, some choices are everlasting. Not for everybody, appreciate those who grasp it. Defining my lavish, my lane has no traffic. Formulate the work, had to learn to work my magic. There is nothing lacking, what's for me I have it. Health is well stacking, carrots on top of cabbage. New energy, chillin' me. New energy, till infinity. New energy, got the remedy. New energy. New energy, chillin' me. New energy, till infinity. New energy, what a relief. New energy. I'm moving forward, priorities in order. Got my joy doing what's giving me more. Multiply, my energy opens doors up. I can rely on my circle, solid and gorgeous. Lost some, but kept myself, that's insurance. Optimum reach, longevity soaring. Give thanks and praise, I pray for this. Yeah, said, I pray for this. New energy, chillin' me. New energy, till infinity. New energy, got the remedy for new energy. New energy, chillin' me. New energy, till infinity. I see you right there. New energy, what a relief. New energy. Go ahead, Julie. That's pure energy right there. New energy, feeling me. New energy, till infinity. New energy, got the remedy. New energy. Y'all can say it if you know it, say. New energy, feeling me. New energy, till infinity. New energy, what a relief. Say. New energy. Thank y'all, appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you.
Let's give it up one more time for Camilla Jim. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Woo! Y'all see, our talent extends, it extends. So, and I just want to, again, send a special thank you to Sandy Spring Museum for opening their doors and hosting this event. Give it up for them. Woo! And also, another special thank you to Moco Pride Center for sponsoring this event. Awesome. And now we're going to continue with the event here with a special guest, Nia Downie, expressing her spoken word, accompanied by Asia Haney.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I am a writer. I am not a performer, but you know, we're stepping out of comfort zones in 2021, so yeah, bear with me. I hope you're feeling it. If you are, feel free to, be emotive. I came up in church so y'all can give some energy back. Okay, so this is called Rules for Being a Black Girl. Rules for being a black girl. Number 1, don't be too loud, stay out of the sun, slick them nappy edges up in a bun. Don't cause a scene, don't look too mean. Girl, you better know how to cook and clean. Never chase a man, but always chase the green. Your lips are too big for the magazines. Don't be rude, never be ghetto. Door knocker earrings are for them round the way, girls. Laugh a little quieter, show less skin. Have a fat booty, but also stay slim. Stand up, sit down, don't be quirky or lame. Be an educated broad, but stay in your lane. Don't talk too white, don't look too black. Have lighter skin, no, you can't wear that. Live your best life, but don't be bougie. Find a good man, but don't be too choosy. Always flash a smile, even if you want to scream. Always sacrifice for others, even if it means your dreams. Who's tired? I am. How about this? Rule number 2. Stand up, raise that chin, fix your crown. Be the smartest, funniest, baddest chick in town. You don't have a lane because you run these streets. Rock a bodycon or kill it in sneaks. Run your own business or raise your kids at home. Sit in the Oval Office, hell, occupy a throne. It's yours. It's yours for the taking because, black girl, you are free to define your own rules and you're supported by me. Look at all your sisters. We're rooting for you because, black girl, you made it. And this is your song. Don't let them control you by your skin or your hair, by your mind or your body because, honey, they're scared of the majesty within you. So take back your throne. They tried to bury us, but look what has grown. I love you. I love you, black girl. Feel free to be at home wherever you are, whatever you are. Please remember this song.
All right, y'all ready for this? All right, get into it, y'all. Ow. 'Cause that's all I'm going to give per. All right. Ow. Brown skin girl, your skin just like pearls, best thing in the world. I never trade you for anybody else. Singing brown skin girl, skin just like pearls, best thing in the world. I never trade you for anybody else. Singing brown skin girl, skin just like pearls, best thing in the world. I never trade you for anybody else. Sing.
Thank you so much. So I just have to say that's my baby cousin. And so now we will be moving into, come on. Let Grace introduce
Can we give it up for Nia and Asia one last time? Woo! Woo! So we are going, my heart is beating. We're going to move the show along to the main event, the official preview of Black Girl Magic Stories.
Based.
Summer solstice, he got the soul of a saxophonist, saying something, turning minutes to moments. Saw you sitting across the room and I noticed. Look familiar, I can feel your magic. Magic feels like love, goodness, satisfaction, mindful, fire, so much passion, power, will through the circumstances. What's the value? Is it adding? Crafting? You're a builder. It's familiar. I can feel your magic. Magic. I feel your magic. Now the rain is gone. Don't lose your magic.
I just get excited whenever I hear Black Girl Magic, just because when that movement started, I think even before that, at first it was like a natural hair movement, and then that kind of really got us in this mindset of accepting ourselves as exactly how we are, and I think that kind of springboarded the whole Black Girl Magic movement, and the whole thing has been exciting to me because there are so many parts of myself that I was taught not to accept or not to embrace because it was like the wrong type of Black. And so Black Girl Magic is all encompassing. You can be the weird Black girl, the quirky Black girl, like the nerdy Black girl, and still have Black Girl Magic. Like, it is a movement for all of us, regardless of your complexion, whether you're super dark or super light, whether you have straight hair or kinky hair. Like, Black Girl Magic just is like what we are, which is something that is undefinable, but also just like really exciting. And I don't know, I feel like it's our ancestors' wildest dreams. So that's what Black Girl Magic is.
Black girls, you know, we're magical. Yes, absolutely. We surely are. Absolutely. Yeah, but guess what? We of course we woke up like this, but we had to work hard to get to where we're at. It's hard to really describe. It's really hard to, it's something untouchable. That's what I can say. It's untouchable.
No matter how busy my mom was with working those 2 to 3 jobs, she made sure that my homework was done. Not only that it was done, but that it was correct. And please know that if it wasn't, I needed to correct it, because that was the value that she instilled in me. If you want something, no one is going to just hand it to you. You have to work for it. You have to sacrifice. You have to maybe do without to kind of get to your goal. But once you get to that goal, you'll understand what the struggle was like. Those values is truly what helped to kind of shape me and pass on the knowledge to my sisters.
Someone may tell us that we shouldn't be in a certain place, that we shouldn't achieve certain things, but we should be able to overcome that. And then we should give those things to the world. We should make the world a better place. We should find that little Black girl, and we should mentor that little black girl and guide her into the person that she was designed to become.
You have an aura that comes across of just confidence because of the Black culture and what we brought to America. You have to be at a place like this. This place wouldn't exist without us. But I can't act like that. You know, I can't act like that, but I have to know it. You can walk, like I said, with that confidence and with that understanding that I I have the know-how, I have the knowledge, I have the tenacity, I have the audacity even to go after my dreams.
Just by the color of your skin, when you walk into certain spaces and there is a narrative about you that has been created before you even got the opportunity to tell who you are or what you are about, you are constantly hitting up against that narrative to prove that that is not who you are. When one has to constantly be thoughtful of that, has to constantly work against that, it brings on other problems. The trauma of me constantly having to not present myself in spaces, but prove myself in spaces. Because now I'm having to show you that I'm not who it is that this society has painted me to be. And then once you choose to believe me, maybe I'll be able to have the opportunity to present myself. But I am constantly having to prove myself. And not only does that cause trauma on my spirit, it causes trauma on my body, it causes trauma on my soul, in which as a mother, that trauma, I then often pass on to my children.
I have to do a lot of forgiving. I have to do a lot of forgiving because people only repeat what they know, and a lot of people have learned ignorance. To be African American, to be Black, to be African in the US, it's a lot. It takes a lot, and we've been through a lot and are still going through a lot, and forgiveness is where it's at, because otherwise, what else is there?
I've been through things that could have knocked the ability to love out of people a million times, but I never lost that ability. Can we just be treated like people? Can we just live? Can we just matter? Or is it just like, are we gonna have to keep asking for your permission? Are we gonna have to keep asking for permission to live out here? Because we're people. We're not, some subsect of human, like some different kind of human race. Like, we're actually people out here. So I don't know. I don't know when it's gonna get together, but hopefully one day.
How are Black women triumphant? How are we not? We win at everything we put our hand to, pretty much. Obviously, it's your own skill set and how you're wired, but I feel like once we put our mind to it, we win. And I think because it was embedded in us also to be losers, to be only a certain kind of person and only a certain stereotype that we had to adhere to because that was shown in the media, or that's how they wanted us portrayed to keep us feeling insignificant and less than. We still rise above. We still rise to the occasion and beat people's tails, and I love it. I mean, look at Venus and Serena Williams, like bow to the queens. It just warms my heart every time I think about it, because we are truly triumphant no matter what anybody throws at us, even our own, what we try to throw at our own women. We always rise to the occasion and rise above and excel at whatever is thrown at us. We are some of the smartest, most paid women in the world, most educated, and I just think that we always accept the challenge because it's fueling to us. It just makes us feel stronger because we know that we are, and so we have to prove. And that's another thing. It's always taught to us that we have to work 10 times harder to get half of what the rest of the world is getting. And so that in itself is embedded in us because of what we've been shown, what we've been taught, what has been perceived of us. So our parents, their parents, and their parents have taught us that we have to work 10 times as hard, if not more, just to get half of what they get. And so we are already trying to knock things out of the park, and so we step up, and we do every single time.
When I think Black Girl Magic, the first word that comes to my mind is purpose. When you're living in your purpose, there's a magical thing about that. It's not always the easiest thing to do because it doesn't necessarily butter your bread all the time. But when you're living in your purpose, the sacrifices that you make, it's almost like it's not even a sacrifice. It's just a building block to get you toward where you're supposed to be in life. And when you're able to reflect on those buildable things, you're like, that, I couldn't have scripted that. You know, you couldn't have written a better script for your life than how you allowed it to play out because you were walking in your purpose. And that to me is magical. The resilience of Black women is something that comes from our ancestors and our heritage. You know, it's like it's inherent in how we live and how we walk and how we, you know, present ourselves, how we reflect on who we are, how we are accepting of our flaws when we're trying to achieve what society might deem as perfection, right? And just understanding that you are a magical being. Like, nobody can do what you're doing because there's only one you.
It's just so overwhelming how much Blackness is degraded and feared, you know, seen as ripe for abuse or ignored or disregarded. It's just a shame because if you think about, first of all, music, going back to music. The music of America is the music of Black people, and that has been the way it's been for over 100 years or maybe longer. Black people have been the driving forces in fashion. You know, street fashion of Black people in the 30s and 40s quickly became a thing that young people embraced. Black language, Black, you know, like jive, you know, that's strictly everything that we call cool or, you know, fabulous has all been touched by Black people. And, you know, it's just a shame because it's been appropriated and stolen and rebranded.
Even if we are not expected to go above and beyond, we still do it anyway because we're so fiercely passionate about the things that we want. So that's what it is for me, is just, you know, just being Black and proud and like just going for what you want, you know, independently. I think that Black Girl Magic is just being secure in yourself, that self-love, whether it's like your hair or your curves or your profession or just who you are, just being solidified in that is what that means to me. And it's beautiful. Like, I love it. Black Girl Magic to me is also just, you know, having that voice to just stand up for who you are and what you believe in, and standing up for your Black sisters, for your Black brothers, for yourself, most importantly. So that is what Black Girl Magic means to me.
We are human. We, especially women, we're women. Like, we do have a softer side to us, and I think we should be allowed and afforded the opportunity to be able to show people the softer side of Black women. You know, we can be fun and feminine and all of these great things that I think a lot of women that are not Black are afforded just by default. It is one of the most damaging tropes about Black women to say that we can't show emotion and we can't show that I don't have it right now. You know, I don't have the energy to push forward. I don't have the energy to be this like superwoman all the time. I think allowing Black women that flexibility to be able to just have that downtime and then maybe be able to bounce back, because that's what a human is. Woo! That's a wrap, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
everybody. Hello, hello, hello. All right, what did we think of the sneak preview of Black Girl Magic? Did we just love it? So awesome, so awesome, so awesome. Everybody has a wonderful story to tell, and I cannot wait to see all of the episodes in full. It's gonna be amazing. So right now, we are gonna have Camilla Jem come back up, and she is going to sing the song that goes with the entire documentary, Black Girl Magic. So if everybody could move back into their seats and enjoy our performance by Camilla Jem.
All right. And this song is titled Magic, so it's pretty simple.
Bass.
I feel your magic now, the rain is gone. Don't lose your magic. You got to turn me up a little bit. You gon' need it. Set heart and mind are open. Light of a summer solstice. He got the soul of a saxophonist. Saying something, turning minutes to moments. Saw you sitting across the room when I noticed. Look familiar, I can feel your magic. A little more. Magic. Feels like love, goodness, satisfaction. Mindful, fire, so much passion, power. Will through the circumstances. What's the value? Is it added? Crafting. You're a builder, it's familiar, and I can feel your magic. Magic, I feel your magic now, the rain is gone. So don't lose your magic, 'cause you got to have it, and you gon' need it. I feel your magic now, the rain is gone. So don't lose your magic. You got to have it and keep believing. 'Cause if there is no magic, no chance at lasting. Falling flat, a punchline with no laughter. Can't react without thinking it over. Take my time, when it's over, it's over. Don't chase it, attraction is stronger. Commit to what I love, loving the glow up. Magic, magic. In his smile, there's a joy I need it. In his tone, a vibration of deepness. Feel at home, Georgia for peaches, DC for go-go, Jamaica for beaches. Like my father playing Bob and Peter. Said it's familiar, and I can feel your magic. Can everybody say one time? I say magic. There we go. I feel your magic now, the rain is gone. Said don't lose your magic. 'Cause you got to have it, and you gon' need it. I feel your magic now, the rain is gone. Say don't lose your magic, 'cause you got to have it, and keep believing. I feel your magic now, the rain is gone. Don't lose your magic, you got to have it, you gon' need it. I feel your magic now, the rain is gone. So don't lose your magic, 'cause you got to have it, and keep believing. I feel your magic now, the rain is gone. So don't lose your magic, you got to have it, and you gon' need it. I feel your magic now, the rain is gone. So don't lose your magic, 'cause you got to have it, and say, keep believing. Thank y'all, thank y'all. Have a great night. Thank you, Julie, thank you, Julie.
All right, let's keep that going, magic. That black girl magic. So we're gonna do something we did outside. I want everybody to stand up because black girl magic has got to be celebrated. Stand up. right, you guys ready? Everybody sway. You know, when you're in church, sway to the left. When I say black girl, you say magic. Black girl. Magic. Black girl, magic. I say black girl, you say magic. Black girl. Magic. Black girl. Magic. I say queen, you say me. I say queen, you say me. Queen. Me. Queen. Me. All right now. So my name is Sydni Flowers, and I am honored to be here, not just on Black Girl Magic Day, but on Freedom Day. And isn't it amazing that we're celebrating this Freedom Day and Black Girl Magic together? Because as someone said in one of those stories, this country would not be here if it was that for our Black Girl Magic, okay? So we're lucky to have some of our beautiful queens in the house. Queens. I say queens, you say. I say queens, you say. That's right. So we're just going to have a little conversation, and you guys are going to be able to join us. We do have some mics somewhere around. Oops. So we just want to get to know you all a little bit, and then we want to hear what everyone out there wants to ask our beautiful queens who are stepping into the light to tell their stories in their own voices. And that's why Black Girl Magic is so phenomenal. And you all are phenomenal. And what is phenomenal? Exceptional, extraordinary, remarkable, outstanding, amazing. That is a phenomenal woman, and that is our Black Girl Magic Stories, okay? So I'm gonna have each of you, if I'm too close to this. First of all, we all know in Black Girl Magic, it includes awesomeness, and in COVID, I have not worn heels or anything in a year, so everybody has to recognize some Black Girl Magic, all right? So now everyone up here has a story. So let me tell you my story. I am Sydni Whitfield Flowers, the mother of two amazing girls that I raised by myself, sent to college by myself, paid for college by myself. However, we as Black women know we don't do anything by ourselves, because we have a village. And so I want some people in my village to stand up. This is my village. And these women know, and those of you that have a village know, when we are Black women and we are down and we are just thinking, I can't do it, we go to our God first. And then we go to our village. And they are there to support us. They are there to help us raise our children. They are there to help raise us up. And that's what all of y'all had done. And now I want to know from all of you all. Because my superpower, my super Black girl power, is that I am a super woman. Because even when I'm a mess, I still put on my vest with an S on my chest. Because I'm a superwoman. Woo! So I want each of you all to tell me, first of all, what is your Black girl superpower? Introduce yourself and give us a short little description of what makes you just fabulous.
Hello, good afternoon. You're here with Oju Ajagbe, and my full name is Ayin Oju Oluwa Elizabeth Ajagbe. I go by Oju for short. I was born in D.C., raised in Maryland, and I have lived in this area my entire life. What's my Black Girl Magic power or superpower? As I said before, connecting with other humans. I love people, and they love me. And as I said before, dear Zoomers, hello. I love you all, appreciate you all. New York, everyone in the house, Maryland. Okay, I'm passing on the mic because I talk a lot. Moving on, yes!
Thank you, Oju. So my name again is Makita Richardson. Yes, woo! I am a Black and Native American woman from the Palo-Asaponi tribe in Durham, North Carolina. Yes, I am a mother of 3, a grandmother of 6. Thank you, because guess what? Black don't crack. I am living my best life. I could not do everything that I do. I don't even think that I have one thing about me that's magic, right? It's just the ability to, number one, I never take no for an answer, right? Yes. You may tell me no once, but damn it, I'm coming back again, right? Until I get a yes. And so, you know, I think my village as well. Yes. I know they don't want to stand because my kids are always like I'm embarrassing them, but it's okay. Yes. Yes, my partner and my children, they keep me grounded and they keep me overwhelmed with love, and I'm grateful. You ready, Nia?
Hello, my name is Nia Downie. I am Jamaican American. I grew up here in Maryland as well, and I would say my, I guess, Black girl superpower is empathy, just the ability to see and feel others and make sure that they feel heard. So.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Coates. I grew up here in Maryland as well. Very fun fact, I have been friends with Nia since we were 3 years old. So my Black girl superpower would probably be strength and empathy all at the same time. So it's kept me grounded, and like I said in my little excerpt, it's kept me grounded but given me the ability to continue to love even when I guess should not be able to. So that's me.
Hi, everybody. No, y'all can do a little bit better than that. Say hey. Yeah, purr, eat. So anyway, yeah, purr, yeah. Okay. My name is Asia Haney, also known as Nina Monet. I am a college student at Morgan State University. Yes. I am a DC native. I'm 22 years old. And I'm a musician, I'm an artist, I'm all of that. And my super girl power, whatever, is the power to heal. Yes. I am a healer. Yes. I feel whole when I'm able to heal others. Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mbwaya Wambaya Subai Kabemba. I am from, well, I was born here in Maryland, but my family, my 2 beautiful parents over there. Can you stand up for a second, please? Woo! Look at how young they look. My family is from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Very proud of it. And my Black girl superpower is I will hype you until you are blue in the face. I am an uplifter. And another superpower is the prayers of our mothers. Can you please say amen?
Oh my goodness. Well, hello everyone. Hello, Queen. Yes, ma'am. I am Sharice Callender Scott. I am the mother of 4 children, 2 of whom are here tonight, my beautiful daughters, Nyla and Alea, and my mother and my aunt are also here. They are part of my village. It takes a village, for real. Guyanese American. My parents are from Guyana, South America, so I'm first generation American. Born and raised in this area. Went to Howard University. HU all day. And do a lot of things in the community. I think my superpower is the power to give when you don't have it to give. So that power must be coming from somewhere. So I just receive it and manifest it wherever it needs to be, and I'm thankful for that.
Hello. Thank you. My name is Melissa Koppel, and let's see, I was born in DC, raised in Pennsylvania. And I've been in Maryland for double-digit years. I can't count it right now. What is my superpower? My superpower is encouraging and uplifting others. My best friend is here. She can testify. Yes. I will encourage you until I get on your nerves.
Everybody needs a friend like that.
Yes, indeed. And I'm so glad to be here. This is so outside of my comfort zone, but Phillip, I thank God for you. Thank you.
Some would not believe this, but this is totally out of my comfort zone. It actually really, really is. And Camille can attest to this because we were at a beach party. We were at a beach party yesterday, and I'm writing notes. I'm like, I was on this conference call with them, and oh my God, they're so amazing. And I was just taking notes. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm supposed to be asking them questions, but I was just in awe of each of their stories. And so today I got here, and I thought, I really haven't written out a lot of questions. What's going on? And it's like, what did someone say? Your purpose? So my words this year are joy, intention, and purpose. And so I'm just going off the cuff because there's someone in this building that's telling me just go with the moment. So let me just say, is this not awesome? I mean, seriously. I hope everybody on Zoom or wherever you are can feel like the love and the energy in this room because this is serious Black girl magic. And why now? Phillip, thank you. Sandy Spring Friends Museum, you know I love you. I used to be on the board of this museum with Ralph Porty. Ralph Porty, we will say his name because he is in this building. And let me just say, Phillip, he loved you, and this is why he loved you, because he knew that you had something in you that was going to go beyond this museum, beyond Maryland, beyond every place, because these women and everybody that has been in Black Girl Magic, stand up. Yes. Everybody, y'all stand up. Everybody stand up. Because all of you are Black Girl Magic. You are Black Girl Magic. You're Black Girl Magic. You are, all of you are. And I just want this story to go beyond this room, beyond Zoom, and we're going to need everybody here to uplift it, pray on it, because this is a story that needs to be told. And these Black Girl Magic women are telling it in their own words, in their own time. But right now, which is an interesting time to tell it. So I want to hear from each of you. When Phillip came to you and said, I want you to be in my Black Girl Magic story film, and you were like, what? Why did you decide, okay?
When I finally came kicking and screaming as the last participant in this entire event who is talking first yet again, as the very last person to say, okay, I'll do it, I thought of my mom, my sister, the other women in my life, and a lot of women who aren't here today in my family, and people, like even one who was buried today that is not here with us, an amazing Nigerian American woman, because I am Yoruba, and she died of leukemia as well as sickle cell, and just women who aren't here to be celebrated. Also thinking about people like Sandra Bland, who was stopped by, in a car, stopped by police. I was once stopped by police, and had I not called 911 on the police, maybe I wouldn't be here today. Thinking about Breonna Taylor, thinking about all those names that should not be hashtags. They should be here being celebrated, but they don't get the chance to be. And being able to also be proud of my heritage as a Yoruba, as a Nigerian American, being able to be here with all of you today. And us being here, I know I don't want to take from everyone else talking, but us being here is a miracle. When you think about how many people it took to get us here in our lineage, and the fact that of a lot of us who did not have that, the fact that we're literally here today in our amazing shades of brown, and thank you for our lighter folk who are here, we appreciate you. But everyone is a shade of brown. But everyone here, the fact that we're all here, priceless.
So first of all, I learned a long time ago, since I won't take no for an answer, Phillip probably won't either. So when I got the email, I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. Whatever it is, I'll do it. But then after he began to explain to me exactly what it was that he was aspiring to do, it's like, oh my gosh, like this year has totally been a year for me to be intentional, as Sydney talked about, but also changing the narrative. I am so sick and tired of when I am passionate about something being constantly called the angry black woman. And here's one. If I'm angry, so what? I have a right to be, right? But it does not mean that every time I open my mouth because I'm passionate about doing something that's fair, that's something that is equitable, and people being treated as human beings and not as animals, that I'm angry. No, I'm passionate. And the bottom line is you need to know my story. You need to know the stories of other black women in order to appreciate where our emotion comes from, right? And so if I can be a part of transforming that narrative, expanding that narrative as dynamic as, I mean, come on, all of us are, all of you all are, it needs to be told. And if I'm the one that has to say it, if Oju has to say it, if Nia has to say it, if Asia has to say it, we'll all say it. Yes. Because it needs to be told and it needs to be uplifted, right? Yes, yes. And I am here for all of that all the time.
Wait, you got to stand up for a second. She said she wasn't a performer. Seriously? How many were in here when she read her poem? She didn't just read that poem, she read that poem. And let me say, did you see me standing up? Because the energy and everything you said, I felt deep in my soul, in my bones, in my heart. And I was like, oh my God, thank you for saying it out loud. I wanted a poster, I want to stick it, I want everything. So I just want to give you that praise because you know what? We have got to praise each other. And the fact that she said she wasn't an entertainer, a speaker, and she stood up there and go queen.
So yes, I said yes to the Black Girl Magic stories because I didn't want to miss the boat. Like there is a movement absolutely happening right now. And regardless of what I'm comfortable doing, like I said earlier, wanted to step outside of my comfort zone because there are women who need it. There are little girls who need it. And I just remember the women and the stories that were formative to making me who I am. And I want to be that for someone else. And like we said, it is a community. And so we have to uplift one another and uplift our stories. And I was very excited to be a part of that and stand next to all of these amazing women. Like I still can't believe it. So yeah.
We always tell her she's a performer, but she doesn't ever want to believe us. It's very funny. It's very funny. We always tell her. But just like Nia, she came to us about it in our friend group, and I was just like, well, we probably have to do it because she's coming to us about it. But just like her, I didn't want to miss the boat. And then two, I've always wanted to tell my story because I always think that there's a lot of grace and glory in it, but I never wanted to sound like I was whining. I never wanted to sound like I was whining. I never wanted to sound like I was crying about, you know, here's another black girl who's been through, you know, hard things in life. I never wanted to sound like I was whining about anything. But it's just like, I mean, if I sound like I'm whining, then don't listen to it. It's not for you. It's just not for you. Pass it by. It's for who it's for, and listen to it, and if you get something from it, then that's okay. But I'm going to tell my story, and if you would like to listen, then okay. If you would not like to listen, then it's not for you, and that's fine. But I've always wanted to tell my story and hope that the things that I've been through and the things that, you know, I have overcome in my life will help someone to know that they can overcome the same things too.
You are 22 years old? You are 22. So I have a 25 and a 23-year-old? I was 10. Black don't crack, black girl magic, you know what I'm saying? But at 22 years old, not only does she have a voice, she's got a message, and she is out here giving her message. So that is something that all you old heads on Zoom or wherever you are, get up off of your couch and your Netflix and whatever, and get into the movement, because we need all the black girl magic we can have right now. All right, Queen.
All right. So actually, Phillip didn't actually come to me. I think he came to like my mother and my grandmother. Nobody in our house is good at like public speaking. I think maybe my brother, really? Yeah. So my brother, shout out to Paris. Yeah, so everybody in our house is not really good at public speaking, including myself. But they said no, so I was just like, hey, why don't I do it? Yeah. I'm a performer. Although I am a performer, I have horrible stage fright. And I've been performing since I was like, 4 years old? So I wanted to take that to another level. Not just to show the world, but to show myself and prove to myself that I am worthy. My story is worth being told. And this is for everybody who just needs encouragement. This is for people who will never be able to tell their stories because that opportunity was taken away from them. This is for everybody who identifies as a woman or femme. Thank you.
So when actually Phillip didn't really come to me, Nia just kind of was like, hey, Grace, like you would be really good for this. And like Jazz, I was like, well, you know, Nia came to me and we're all in this friend group. It'd be kind of awkward if I didn't. No, but as you know, I thought more about it, prayed more about it. And I sometimes forget that I have a voice and I'm loud about it and I get very passionate very easily. My parents will tell you that I'm very outspoken, but I always do it in the most comfortable of places. I don't do it outside of my comfort zone. So when Nia just spoke life into me, as she always does, and said that, you know, this is really great, it's within your comfort zone, I was like, what are you talking about? Like, no. It allowed me to do my part for this movement, because when everything happened, I was like, I wanted to do something for the movement. So it was my contribution. It was my voice that I finally wanted to get out there and not just keep it within the walls of my home or the ears of the people that have been around me for my entire life. So this is for those who are not only first generation, because I am first generation Congolese, and there's not many first generation stories about just being in America, first generation, you have African parents, and I can go on and on. So for the sake of time, this is, yes. Still wanting to know if we come from royalty, mom and dads, let me know later. But this is for the little girls who are too scared to have a voice, to tell their story, and to be out here and be themselves, because that's all you can be, and it's the most beautiful thing ever.
So I am a true believer of everything happens in its time. And Phillip and I met doing community advocacy work right here in the museum. And he just turned to me and said, hey, you know, I'm doing this project. I think you'd be really good at telling your story. My background is asking other people their stories. Everything that I do is always rooted in what's your story. Because every decision that you're making, whatever you're doing, is how you answer that question is based on your history, right? It's based on your story, your life experiences. So nobody's ever really asked me to share my story before. So I was just like, okay, Lord, maybe it's time for me to share my story. So here I am. I'm thinking, Paul, step into the light. I'll take the light. So that's why I'm here. So I appreciate the opportunity.
So I met Phillip on a Zoom call. I'm a member of the Network Women of Color who serve seniors. And I've been serving seniors in the marketing business development capacity for the last 21 years. And that was actually my first meeting, believe it or not, at the time. And, you know, I got to know everyone on the Zoom call, doing my marketing thing, following up. And I had the pleasure of speaking with Phillip. And I thought I was going into that phone call like, okay, I just want to get to know you, see how I can introduce you to people and whatever I can do to help, you know, all up here. And he totally broke that down. And yeah, so I'm working on this project. I was like, oh yeah, I'll support you. I'll help promote it, whatever you need me to do. He was like, yeah, so I want you to be a part of it. I was like, oh. I said, Phillip, I don't talk about myself. I help other people. That's what I do. And he said, yeah, so you'd be great at it. So I was like, okay, do I get to think about it? Yeah, so the first meeting is... I said, all right, okay. You know, for years I've said to so many people, stand for something or fall for anything. For years, and be a leader, don't be a follower. And it hit me all in my face. And I was like, okay, stand for something or fall for anything. Be a leader, not a follower. And I was like, all right, this is bigger than me. And God will work it out. And here I am.
We are so glad you're here.
Amen.
So, emotional control here. It really is hard because, you know, as we said before, from the moment of time, because if you really want to break it down, Adam and Eve, where were they from? Let me think. Eve was black. So from the very moment of time, black women have been upholding this world, this country, this race, this universe. And we're finally, like you said, feeling like we can come out of the shadows and we can tell our story. And, you know, I just want to say a few names because I really started thinking like, why now? Why in history? Why today? You know, Emancipation Day, Freedom Day. why is this story, really needing to be told? And it's because of Issa Rae, Regina King, Ruby Bridges, Shirley Chisholm, Oprah, Tamron Hall, Viola Davis, Meghan Markle, Ruth Carter, Janet Jackson, Harriet Tubman, who, by the way, you're sitting on one of the largest underground railroad paths. And if you ever want to go up the street, there is the Slave Museum. And so right here where you sit was Harriet Tubman's main path. This black woman who fought everything to get people free. And today we're celebrating the fruits of her labors and her hard work. So let's just, because we are right here, Rosa Parks, Michelle Obama, Serena Williams, Katherine Johnson, Mary McLeod Bethune, Gwen Ifill, and Yamiche Alcindor, who I work with right now at PBS NewsHour. And we just have to celebrate the black women that are on the news and telling us the truth on MSNBC, Joy, all of them. Katherine Johnson, Madam J. Walker, Beverly Johnson, Cicely Tyson, Whoopi, Beyonce. I love the ones that only have one name, Whoopi, Beyonce. Sandra Bland, say her name, Breonna Taylor, and I have a few. Fifi Frazier, my grandmother, Ruby Frazier, my mother, Denise Quarles, my stepmother, Rosita Kentz, my other mother, Larita Portee, Paula House. We are here to say all of their names, and you are here to represent all of them. So my question to you is, right now in this moment of time when we have Kamala Harris as our vice president, why now are black women stepping up? The women, I'm just going to say all the women of Atlanta that basically saved our election and our whole humanity. Why now is this story being told? Why now are you guys stepping up? Why now?
So good.
I saw you pass the mic.
Pass the mic, right?
Pass the mic. She needed to think about it for a moment.
Yes, Melissa. Got you.
She got you.
Look closer. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Love you, Oju. Love you. Why am I stepping up?
Why are you stepping up?
Why? Why? Because it's time. We don't have to be afraid. We can be proud of who we are. We can be proud of our struggles. We can be proud of our successes. We can be proud to help others. We can be proud to love who we want. We can be proud of us. It's time. And when it's time, the doors are opened. When it's time, you know you can walk through. When it's time, you know that it's okay to bring others with you, right? It's time. Mind, body, and soul, it's time. For me, I spent so many years, as I say, in corporate America, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I desired more for me. I wanted work-life balance, and I knew exactly what that looked like for me, right? My friends jokingly say, you only work 4 hours a day. But that's what it feels like, because I'm walking in my purpose, right? So this is not by accident, this is on purpose. And so because I made a life change with my career, I knew that things were going to start happening in a positive way. And, we can be outspoken. I'm okay with it, right? It's time. It's time for us to grow together. And I believe that the Black Girl Magic, that's what, at least for me, what the movement means. Let's grow together. So this is what it's all about for me.
I think right now we're in a period of truth. where people are ready to know the truth, accept the truth, live in the truth, walk in the truth, and we're the truth. Let me understand you. It's the knowledge, right? It's the knowledge of truth, and our stories are the truth. We've been doing this. It's really nothing new, being resilient, overcoming, doing what we do to push things forward. But like I said, people don't always ask you, what's your story? What's your superpower? How are you doing what you're doing? Are you happy doing what you do? How can I help you do what you're doing? You know? So we're in this space right now where truth is key. Our children need to know the truth. What they're learning in school isn't necessarily the full truth. So outlets like this, where you're able to hear real life stories and understand the heritage that you come from, the royalty that you come from, like, that's what's empowering to us in this time right now.
It's just time to allow future generations to not only understand truth, but to make a way for them in all ways, shape, or form. It's time that we finally just come out of our shells. It's time that we stop always apologizing for our successes and actually go for what we want and actually go for it. And it's time to just scream, just to just let our voices be known. So it's time.
Like everybody said so far, it's about time. We stand on the shoulders of very, very, very important, strong, beautiful, talented, great women. We stand on the shoulders of Dr. Maya Angelou. We stand on the shoulders of Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman and Catherine Dunham and Nina Simone, my Shiro. We stand on those shoulders. So it's about time that we just take our place. In the words of Cicely Tyson, take your place. Take your place.
I think to kind of piggyback on what Melissa said, there's also a degree of fatigue that's coming with everything. Eventually you get tired of being treated a certain way, you get tired of having to explain yourself, you get tired of being just, you get tired of kind of having to look at people like, do you really think that this is all right? Like, do you really think that, did you think that that was okay? I had a manager at the place that I work. He thought that it was okay. Well, he's no longer there. He thought that it was okay to address myself and my coworker as mean girls. He thought that this was okay to frequently introduce us to new employees and ones that I would have to train as such. And so I had to address this to upper management, and we had a whole meeting about it, and I had to explain to a grown man with grown children why it was okay. And I'm just like, I don't understand, and I said it in the meeting, and I thought about it afterward because I said it kind of fast. I was just like, I do not understand why I have to explain to a grown man who has female children why it is not okay to address two grown women as mean girls, especially two black women. Do you know how hard it is in a professional industry to run from the title of mean girl as a black woman in a professional industry? And the person that is, I guess, above us, she kind of sat up straight and she was like, yeah, I mean, that is very true. It's just you get tired of having to explain those things to people. It's not okay to treat people as if they are lesser than. I don't understand why I have to explain that to you as a grown human being, but I mean, I'm gonna explain it to you. But that's kind of where we are now. I think that generationally, we're just the we're not gonna take it anymore generation. I come from a mother who also was an administrative worker, who took a lot, but also came home and took out a lot because she could not deal with a lot at her job. So I'm not going to do that to my children because I have to suffer that same fate. So it's time for that to be ushered out and a new way to be ushered in.
For me, my why now is because we kind of all live in a vacuum or echo chambers. And so when you look at your social media and the circles that you're running in, everyone's kind of repeating the same stories. And so you think like, oh, good, we're all woke now. And it's like, no, no, that's just your friends. And so it's important to keep telling our stories because so many have not heard them. I have lived abroad. I have studied in other places, and they don't know us. They don't know our stories at all. The only things that they have seen are stereotypes on television. And so for me, that was eye-opening. It's like you see these amazing Black women in your everyday lives, and you just think like, I know my story and I know her story, but other people do not. And so that is my why now, because I realize there's still so much educating that we have to do in order to not repeat history. And it's so cyclical, it keeps repeating itself, and it's like, why is this happening? And it's because there's still so much ignorance and people are uneducated. So why not be the educator?
So for me personally, all I need is a platform, right? All you have to give me is an opportunity, because anybody that knows me knows that I do not stay quiet. I might not say anything in the moment, but I am going to circle back with you with something that's going to make your jaw drop, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm tired of the lies, right? I am tired of constantly having to refute, and I'm going to say it, white supremacy laziness, right? Because you don't really want to know, you want to assume, because as soon as you make those assumptions, you can characterize me and move on to gain your power and your privilege. Your box is checked. We're not doing that, right? And any opportunity that I am given to uplift the people, understand the people, not just the women, but the people that I love, my indigenous people, my African American people, my Black people, I'm taking that opportunity because I am here for the micro reparations. I am here for them opportunities, and anybody give a platform. So to those of you all, I will say this, that have the agency to build the platform, to provide the opportunities, then that's what you are supposed to do. That's your responsibility, right?
That's good. So why now is the question. Because now that we are having a greater increase in appreciation, especially for our African brothers and sisters, seeing the breadth of us, seeing the spectrum of who we are, and being able to understand all the different nuances within us is key. Being a Nigerian American, I've grown up only 33 years of life, but seeing the appreciation and acceptance, Afrobeats, loving of our music, loving of the clothing, loving of just style and just the flair that we have, seeing that change over the years, where before it was like, oh, Oju, being made fun of, being called all these names, being called O.J. Simpson as a girl in the 4th grade, saying, why'd you shoot your wife, Nicole? I'm a girl in the 3rd grade. How would I have a wife to shoot and drive a white Bronco, in Maryland? So, being more than these stereotypes, being more than these, things that people want to say to, make fun of you. Oh, because your name sounds funny. But now you're seeing the appreciation for who you are and where you come from. Having that be able to come to the forefront. And everyone's story is unique. So getting to hear the breadth of it, because like I said, it's a tapestry. We've talked about this in our little Zoom meeting. Every person in here has a story. Everyone's part is unique in our tapestry altogether. So getting to hear more of them and seeing how we all connect and how we all support each other, and even keeping in touch with people from the 5th grade, Robin, since 5th grade we went to school together, being able to see things like that, and you get to see the progress of people around you, and like Grace said, lift each other up. Let's celebrate.
Woohoo! Okay, let me just get another round of I say black girl, you say black girl, black girl. Because this is some magic up here, okay? This whole room, because this is a movement. This is just not, Phillip, thank you. Because you have started something, you have invigorated black women to say, you know what? We're going to step out. We're going to step out because we have been here all along. And we need all of you all to recognize that we've been here all along. And we're going to now speak out. Kamala Harris. Black Girl Magic Stories. And so you understand us, you understand what we represent, and you understand that we are smart and resilient and brilliant and beautiful and everything you could, awesomeness. And now is the time, because it is a movement, because we have so many things at stake. We don't just have political things, we actually have our world. If we're not into climate change, plug for my daughter, 23-year-old, who is into climate change, and Logan Dreer, climate. But seriously, we're fighting all these fights, but we're not going to have a fight to fight if we don't have a world to live in. And so all of these stories are important. And so I want to see, does anybody in the audience have a question for these awesome, wonderful, beautiful black women? Flip? Does anybody do you have a question? Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Albert. Hi, Zoom. Hi, panelists. You guys are amazing. Your black girl magic is giving me black boy joy. 100%. This is such a beautiful moment, and I'm here with my mom, and I'm so glad she brought me here today. I had a quick question. She named a lot of amazing black women in our history earlier, and I was just curious who inspired you guys to kind of keep going as young girls and motivated you to do your best in school, in life, and everything that you do. I might have to pass.
All right. Do we have another question from the crowd? Was there someone that wanted to answer the question?
So I'll just say for me, it was an array of beautiful black women and indigenous women that inspired me to where I am today. If I sit here now and think of one, Madam C.J. Walker is one who inspired me for entrepreneurship. Of course, Nina Simone, as someone else said, all black women that have really been resilient and just constantly pushing forward. Right? And those are, I look to their stories, as we've done here, to inspire me and give me direction. So it's more than one.
Did you want to go?
Well, like I said, Nina Simone. Who else? Dr. Maya Angelou, Cicely Tyson, Angela Bassett, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman. My mother, my grandmother, my beautiful aunties, my great-grandmother, my cousin, her beautiful friends, you all. Yeah.
Okay, do we have another question? Yes. Beautiful queen, who's also part of the cast. Step up into your light, girl. Step into your light.
Oh, God. Wow. I'm normally not this shy, but today I am. My question would be, so we've seen a lot of things happening on the news to our black women, and I hear that we're speaking a lot about resiliency and staying strong, but what can you say to women who are living in 2021 when they wake up, another woman has been killed by police, or not even maybe by police, by maybe a partner, domestic abuse, or not even by domestic abuse? What about mental health? I feel like in 2021 there's a lot of pressures, and You know, it's great when you have your village immediately around you, you have your friends, but what about the women who don't have their friends that live close, or all they see on the news is just the constant beating down of Black women? What would you say to them as women who are able to exhibit resiliency every day? What would you say to them? I know.
For me, I would say make your mental health a priority, and acknowledge when you have to step back. Oh, sorry. Yes, making your mental health a priority and acknowledging when you need to step back and realize that you don't owe any more than what you've already given, any more than what your ancestors have already given, honestly. We, a lot of times, because we are caregivers and because we do have that strength and resilience, we feel like we owe so much to everyone else, and we don't look inward and think about, you know, how do I honor myself in this moment and turn off my social media and not engage in these conversations because it's not conducive to my mental health. And so sometimes you don't have your village around you, and I'm really glad that you pointed that out. And so when you don't have your village around you, you have to be that for yourself. And so that's what I would say.
Speak on this, just my story. So I suffer from depression, and I speak about it because I think as Black people, we don't talk about it enough. If you had cancer, if you had any kind of illness, you would take medicine for your disease. Mental illness, depression is a disease that we need to speak about in the Black community because it is something that we suffer from, and it's generational, it's hereditary, and we try to hide it, and that doesn't help us at all. And so I really think that we need to make it known that it's okay to say, I need help. I need to talk to somebody, I need medication, I need my village to pick me up, because let me tell you, I would not probably be here. Oof. I would not be here today if it wasn't for my village. One in particular that's in here and my other girlfriend that's not here, they would pick me up when I was down at my lowest. And people look at me and think, girl, you can't be at your, like, really, you? Yes. The people that you think don't suffer are suffering right in front of your face. And it's you have to rely on God. You have to rely on your people, and you have to really think of yourself and say, I know what I can do, and so I'm going to get help so that I can overcome this. And that's why I'm standing here. So when all of you laughed and thought, when I said this is not in my comfort zone, I was serious. This is not my comfort zone, but I'm here because of Phillip, because of my village, and because I had a phone call, a Zoom meeting with these women that, inspired me beyond belief. And it really, seriously, each of your stories picked me up and carried me and said, you know what? You're going through some stuff, but you can keep going through it because what? We are Black women. We are Black women magic. And we know that through everything, we can get through it. Together, we can do it. So what I want to ask each of you very briefly is, what advice would you give for the future generation? We have some young daughters in the crowd. We have some young people maybe watching on Zoom. And what would you just say in this moment in time to keep that younger generation kind of going inspired and saying, you gotta fight. Like, we're here. We're going to do this.
Oh, Oju. Okay, this is real talk. I'm talking to my beautiful young ones here. First things first, understand financial literacy. And start sacrificing now. Start saving your money now. Start talking with your parents, your older siblings, your grandparents, anyone older and wiser in your life about building your legacy now. And be confident in that, because when you get our age you're going to be set up properly. And also start working together now, right? Build your empire together. You know, when you're at home in your room and you're writing in your journal, you know, all the things that you want to do and all of your hopes and dreams and aspirations. Be bold enough to share that with a friend, because I'm telling you right now, it will shock you. They have the same aspirations and dreams that you do. So why not do it together? You know, think about when we all, maybe most of us have, you know, set up a lemonade stand on the corner, and the neighbors came and they gave you quarters and gave you dollars and different things like that. I tell you what, my youngest sister, she legit saved every single penny that anyone ever gave her. And when that woman went to college, she was able to take that grant and apply it to something else because she paid in full for her books. So I'm telling you, this is real. Don't take anything that you are given for granted. You know, if you're set up a certain way by your grandparents to use those monies to go to school, do it. Because there are those that went before you that were not afforded those opportunities. And the fact that you have an obligation to go through. That's what I would say.
I would say get to know yourself and the God in you, because when you can't find your village or you're not comfortable sharing with a friend, sometimes you just have to seek peace within, and that's a hard place to be sometimes, but you can be honest with yourself, and you can cry, and that's okay, and you can talk to yourself, and that's okay too, because sometimes you just need to hear it out loud, and be confident in knowing that that's a good thing. Start recognizing what makes you happy, what brings you joy, because, and this is an interesting thing, right? We talk about first generation and culture. You know, sometimes culturally we're shaped to, oh, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, you know, like all these things that you have to be. But what brings you joy in your youth? Yeah. Because there's a lot of different elements of what a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, and all these professions are, and you can find something that makes you happy in one of those career paths. So if you can identify what gives you peace and happiness and build on that as a young person, you'll elevate into what you're supposed to be.
Well, my advice would be to, first of all, stay away from drugs. That's like the classic advice, but there's a lot more to it than that. For me, it's be teachable. As that was a real chuckle. It is true. Stay away from drugs. It's not good. As a first generation, something that I really wish I would have embraced more in my youth was to learn more about my culture, embracing my culture as a Congolese woman, because not only, I was born here, but my parents are Congolese. So it's like I have that element. So learn who you are from your parents, ask questions. And in terms of, having peace within yourself, because that is so important, and building your confidence, financial literacy, everything that is just wonderful advice. When you have your village, embrace your village, keep your village close, because without my girls, without their encouragement and their personalities and our differences, I would not be who I am today. So just embrace the people that actually are for you and actually love you, because they will stick by you through thick and thin. So just carry on, and also be a voice, like have your voice and scream and be proud out loud for who you are.
Okay. I love Grace. First of all, stay away from drugs. That's my girl. I would say you should learn that no is a complete sentence, and if the answer from that is why, it's because I don't have to, and you move on. You should stay away from anything that is stressful, anything that is not peaceful, because you don't have to let other people drag you into things that you don't want to do for the rest of your life. I think that being around a bunch of people in my younger years that always had things going on that were super stressful, or always letting family members drag me into things that were extremely stressful, and then having to unlearn and relearn new habits at an older age was extremely tiring. Because then I'm unlearning that, I'm relearning that in romantic relationships, in relationships with my friends, and it's really difficult. And so it's just learn that at a younger age, so by the time you get older, you're A-okay, like you're good to go. So yeah, it's just learn how to say no and mean your no, and don't let anybody con you out of your no. It's okay to not be into something. It's okay to not want to do something that brings you stress. Who wants to be stressed all the time? Even down to the movies you watch. My fiance, he'll be like, do you want to watch this? No. Why? Because it looks stressful. You can watch that when I'm not home. You are home all day. He works from home. He can watch it while I'm not at work. So or sometimes I'll watch it with him just as compromise, but my thing is just like, nope, I'm not gonna sit here and be stressed this whole time. So it's just, you learn, or with family members. I have now learned how to say no with my family. It's stressful for them. It's not stressful for me. I can say no and be at my house. I can say no and you're at your house. So it's just, it's gonna take getting used to for certain people, but they'll live. So just learn how to say no and mean your no now.
I would say my advice for the younger generations would be that there's room for you. There are so many people who might look like they're doing what you want to do, and you might think that they're doing it better, or I don't know how to get started or where to get started, but there is genuinely only one you, and the fact that you're here is a miracle, regardless of what your belief systems are. It is even scientifically a miracle that you are here. And so we need you, and we want you, and just keep that in your remembrance. Keep this panel in your remembrance, that there are women who are rooting for you and who want to see you succeed, but there is room for you as exactly who you are. You don't have to conform. You can be whatever type of Black girl you want to be. Just be yourself. So there's room for you.
I mean, just a couple of things, nothing that long, but just always be present for every moment and every day, because tomorrow is not promised to any of us, right? And number two, always know and never be afraid to be your authentic self, because what is earned in authenticity is way, way more gratifying than that which is earned through playing a role. Don't sacrifice that for anyone.
That's good. I guess what I would say is also be curious, be wanting to learn. Just like Grace said, be teachable, always learning, never stopping, just always want to grow, because when you're not growing, you're dying. So always want to learn. And also something that I've learned a little later in life, personal development. That's something that's very key. Not just professional, but personal development, where you take time to learn your identity, who are you, and being comfortable in your own skin, so that way when you're out, you are, okay, we see you have very different people on this panel. Be happy about that, because all of us together is key. And like Danny Johnson says, true unity is diversity and harmony. So if we are not able to be ourselves and be diverse, we're not going to have true unity.
I'm getting all verklempt up here and emotional, but I would say, because I do have some dynamic girls, Logan and Mackenzie, the thing that I taught them is something that I learned from my grandfather, and teach a child the way they should go, and they will not stray from it. And and it's something that I also learned from my mother. She said, I don't care if you're a garbage collector, I don't care what you do, but you love it and you be the best that there is. It doesn't matter what level, and the other things that she taught me was everybody above you, beside you, below you are the same. You treat everyone with respect because you're not better than anyone else. And everyone, so my story is, everybody said, you're in the elevator with the president of Discovery Communications. I worked at Discovery for 25 years when it was the beginning of Discovery. And the president would be on the elevator, and I would have my 30-second elevator speech. He's on there. I said, hello, David Zasloff. Look him up. Look at how much he makes. And he would say, hello, Sydney, because he knew my name, because I made sure as a black woman and one of the only black women at my level in cable television, reality television at the time, because now I will say it out loud because I'm proud of it. And I've a lot of years I wouldn't say it because people were like, oh, you're just boasting, you're boasting. No, I'm not boasting. I did it. I was a top executive. I am a top executive. And so what I taught my girls is, I don't care what you do, but find what you love and then figure out how to make money from it. That's all. And so one of my daughters is an environmentalist, because that's what she loved. Brown University started a new major, environmental injustice, taught the first 2 years as her junior and senior. Thank you. And my other daughter, after, she was a dancer, very known in this community as a dancer, pom girl, got into an almost fatal car accident, resilient, probably one of the most determined women. Ooh, I just called my daughter a woman. Okay, but I'm still like 25, so it's okay. But after this almost tragic car accident, she is now one of the top yoga contortionists in the world. She has people coming to her. She teaches, I went to her yoga class. She did a yoga seminar in Mexico 2 years in a row. And I'm 56. But I went to her yoga class, did 2 yoga classes in the morning and the afternoon, and I was so proud of her. But it was because I knew she was living her passion, and she figured out a way to do it. And that would be my advice to all the young women, black women out there, is just do your thing. Do your thing and do it authentically. Be honest and open, and let them see you shine. Because when you shine, ain't nothing gonna hold you back. So I just want to thank you all. You're black girl magic. You're black girl. You're black girl magic. You're black girl magic. You. All of you are black girl magic. And I also just want to right now bring up, and he's really going to be mad at me for doing this. So behind every black woman, every strong black woman, is a good man. And Phillip has brought this story to the light, and we're going to continue to put, social media, plug this, because we are going to make this story go viral, because we have a story to tell. And I just want to thank Phillip for, he has a story to tell, and he has a reason that black women are so important to him, and I just want you to tell us, and I just want to thank you for bringing us into this movement, because we are not going to let this end here. Black girl, magic. Black girl, magic. Keep the story going, people, because this is a movement. Thank you all for letting me do this.
So I just want to thank you all for coming. I want to reiterate how much I thank Sandy Spring Museum, the MoCo Pride Center. We mentioned One Source Event Group, but it's also my company, along with Pat Austin Productions. That is my company as well. But anywho, I want to be able to just thank all of the amazing, beautiful, wonderful, the black women in my life who have supported me. So my mother hates when I do this, but mother, please stand up and also take off your mask. Yes, thank you so much. So I have had the most amazing beautiful tribe of black women support me, raise me. Yes, I have an amazing black dad, but it's not about him today. What I want to say is that, which is also here, thank you, Dad, but also all of my aunts and my cousin, Donnie, which is also my aunt, but please stand up. Thank you so much. Aunt Paula, Aunt Cece, Donnie, my Aunt Jeannie, who isn't here right now. I just want to thank them all. Of course, my amazing, beautiful husband, Josh, who is the most supportive person that I could ever ask for. And so I just want you all to follow this advice, live in your truth. These are the black women and the blueprint of humanity. And this is what we need to just acknowledge, follow, take this advice. If girls just ran the world, it would be in a much better place. But we are here, but just keep doing you, keep running your things, and eventually you will take over the world. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to Moco Pride Center, and thank you to Sandy Spring Museum. You all have an amazing night.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Open, light of a summer solstice. He got the soul of a saxophone.